Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
This is Tom sneezing. I'm Chick McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com Sports Desk. And we are at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Hello, Tom.
I was recording something, and that just happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very sad.
Oh, whoa.
Very satisfying.
You got to clear it out.
Yes.
We had some story last week, how to suppress a sneeze. No
way.
Let her rip. Get it out of there.
My dad always sneezed and he always cursed. Every time he would sneeze, he would curse.
What kind of curse?
The S word?
Like during the sneeze?
Yes.
Yeah, that's always funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you giggled.
Every time. It was
Now,
so
we
funny.
have this list of things, the kind of family catchphrases. That's kind of a thing your dad would do.
Oh, yeah.
One of the ones was, I just love this one. The person writes, if my dad wanted to eat more of something, after he would get it, he would always say, it's not like I was ever going to fit back in my prom dress. God, that is great. How about this one? My dad, every time he takes a photo with close friends or family, he says, gotta have pictures for the funeral.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
See, your dad strikes me as someone who would never have any of these sayings, Tom.
No. Here's one. These are from Reddit. This person writes, my grandmother would always say, I got to get moving. Rigor mortis is starting to set in.
Oh, God. I love that.
Is that right?
Okay, this one's interesting. My mother would say whenever she saw an ambulance, they'll never sell ice cream going that fast.
That's so good. I love all these.
That's
I
great.
do, too.
Wow, that's so funny.
And I just wish we had a lot of these.
Do you remember
remember them.
what Jess's aunt, Jess Hooker, told us one morning? Her aunt, when she'd hear out front a car would go by and the horn would blow, and her aunt would say, "Horn blows. How about the driver?"
Oh, yeah, that was a big one in our family.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
That seems a little earthy to me.
Is the sexual context of that intended to be there?
I think so.
Absolutely.
But as kids, we didn't know what that meant. We just said it.
Yeah,
I just said
I
it.
used to always hear, the horn
'Cause we
blows.
heard
The
it.
horn blows,
How
and
about
so
the
do
time?
you.
Oh, really?
Oh, and so do you.
Oh.
But there was
That's a little more personal.
no, but it also wasn't, and there was no sexual context intended. It was we were talking about phrases that maybe they're using in your family, like the dad who would grab something off someone else's plate and say, "Well, it's not like I was ever gonna fit in my prom dress again."
We had
Were you
tons
guys
of these.
often threatened with knuckle sandwiches?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
always on the menu at my
Yeah.
house.
Yep.
My mom would say, "I will beat your ass." Yeah,
But not a fun knuckle.
No.
Yeah.
Really not very
not a fun thing. It was threatening. That's what it was.
Not really homespun
No.
like this one. My dad would see a good-looking woman and he'd go, "I'd lick her bicycle seat in a hot summer day."
Oh, jeez.
His dad. Father to son.
How about this one?
How's he going to learn, Josh? How's he going to learn?
My father might suggest that a gentleman was gay. He'd say, that guy would rather hear a fat man fart than see a pretty girl smile.
Oh, my goodness.
This is that kind of homespun, unfortunate wisdom.
My grandmother on my dad's side.
I like a book called Unfortunate Wisdom. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. My grandmother on my dad's side, now she was a coal miner's daughter, so think about that. But she used to say, oh my gosh, she'd go, those pants are so tight on that girl, I can see her religion.
Yes.
And
I thought that was only for men.
Yeah, because of the circumcision.
Right.
I never understood that.
I think I think somewhere along the way, it just became the
I
other.
think it just
even
became
though
whatever.
it's not. Is there any religion that requires the ladies to do anything significant in that area?
No, but
nothing comedic at all.
Yeah, I want to call. I forgot about
There's a
that.
tribe somewhere.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Let's stick to the Western culture, shall we?
I think it just became a generic phrase, as
Sure.
she would say.
Yeah.
My mom had a thing about the gay people. We ought to round them all up. Stuff like that.
Your mother.
Yeah, it's plain speaking. Is what
Your mother had, you know what? She had passionate opinions.
She was very passionate.
All of them,
Yeah.
shall we say,
Round them up.
None very.
In my house, it was always just funny he never married.
how about this one?
A lifelong bachelor.
Right.
When someone would say a phrase my grandmother had heard a million times, she'd say, well, put that in needlepoint. That's pretty good.
Did you ever talk about, they would say, oh, there's poor as a church mouse. What the hell is a church mouse anyway? And why is a church mouse poor? I never got that.
I don't know why a church mouse would be, but a church mouse is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's living at the church
They're
because
cute.
he can't afford first and last, and he can't afford an apartment.
Yeah. So he's living
that's a
rent-free,
problem.
and
Yeah.
They took him in at the church. He's poor.
yeah.
Huh.
This
What
one,
is that joke about the preacher, the rat pissed on the mattress? Remember this? Fire and brimstone.
I don't know that.
His assistant was in the attic and
A lot happening, but I don't.
supposed to throw matches while he's saying fire and
These old bromides get kind of complicated.
and then the mouse pissed on the match.
My mother had
Round them up is what we should do.
my mother had very large breasts. Regardless of the situation, if someone came up and said, "Oh, I have a question," she'd go, "Yep, they're real."
Oh, funny. Yes. No, ma'am, we want to know if you volunteer at the church.
I was asking.
Yard sale.
Going to speak at church on Sunday. Yeah, they're real.
My dad would, when we would say while traveling, "Are we there yet?" Even though we knew we were hours from the destination, my father would say, "Yes, I'm just looking for a place to park." That's a great one.
Didn't our friend Randy Montgomery had the best line I've ever heard for that? Said, "Yeah, we're there. Your uncle just has a really long driveway."
Did you ever hear Oske's story about his dad pulled the old, if you guys don't behave back there, I'm going to turn this car around?
Oh, yeah.
And they were driving from, it was like a 12-hour drive down to Florida. And one of his brothers goes, "Yeah, right. We're already like almost there. You're going to pull the car." Oski said he's never seen somebody get beaten by another person from the front seat to the back seat. But I love that the kid called the
Yeah, we're gonna turn around.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're already
6
almost
hours
there.
into the.
That happened to a friend of mine. They got all the way to Florida, and his dad turned around, went back. Yes.
I ain't buying
That's
it.
Yes.
really something.
Yeah, I did. Stayed one
That's
day.
a dad who didn't want to go on that vacation
No,
anyway.
he didn't.
Wow. When my father would gun it through a yellow light that was actually red, he'd go, "Don't worry, we'll stop at the next one." These are fantastic. Oh, God.
This is what I love. Don't you love? This is when you go, "Oh yeah, people are hilarious and wonderful."
Oh, yeah.
I love this stuff.
Me
I mean,
too.
some of Chick's.
You know, my mom had a saying about people.
Yeah. Okay, round them up. Okay, fine.
Some bitches want to mind their own business. Something like that.
Anytime someone would fart, my father would blame the dog. By the way, our dog had been dead for a decade.
Holy hell.
Time to check in with our satellite feed. On the big screen, we have, there he is. I can see him from here.
morning.
He leans into the screen. It's comedian Reno Collier joining us this morning. Reno, before we get to whatever you might have prepared, it's time to catch you off guard and throw something at you. We were reading, people were sending in phrases that their parents may have said to them, may have heard their mom or dad say. Christy had a couple really good ones, very colorful.
Yeah. I was full as a tick, my dad used to say after dinner all the time.
Yeah, the one I liked was his dad would always say, they were at a restaurant, he'd end up eating half their food, and he goes, "It's not like I can still fit in my prom dress." So yeah. I like that. Did you have any? Because you grew up in kind of a colorful household.
I remember my grandfather used to say, "You can lose everything, but don't lose your mind."
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. My mom used to say, "Shut up, dumbass."
Yeah.
I think that that pretty much sums it up. She's gonna kill me, man.
Well, you should have shut up, dumbass.
Got a letter here from Katie. She writes, my dad always would say, it's hotter than the hubs of hell.
Oh, man. That's
there are wheels in hell. I had no idea.
I didn't either. And then it's cold enough to freeze the nipples off a dead witch. That's a variation.
Very cool.
That's really cool.
That's sort of a cleansed version.
Witches and a tin bra. Yeah.
My mom would say, I will beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that one.
Yeah,
I heard
that one happened a lot.
Yeah.
This is from Tanya writes, my mom would get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and say, God, I look like the running gears of hell. I have never heard that one before.
That Hell's Half Acre was one my family used to always say.
Yeah.
I run around like Hell's Half Acre. What is a half acre in hell anyway?
Oh, it's still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's
You wanna,
half an acre.
Christy never stops being the realtor. Patrick writes, my dad would always say, why don't you go take a long walk off a short dock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you go play on the dotted line? What does that mean?
In the street.
road.
The street.
The
Yeah.
street.
Oh,
Yeah.
duh.
People can cross.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Very good, very good.
Yes.
If you've got any good ones, send them to us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. What is the latest in your life, Reno Collier?
Everything's good, man, except for last night we were in the bathroom, alarms, tornadoes, and all that crap going off.
Oh, sure. Everything okay?
I think so. I haven't been outside yet. I thought I'd do this first and then go look to see if my chair is 3 streets down. But
Yeah.
we didn't get a tornado. We just had winds and stuff. It wasn't that bad. But I'm getting ready to. Oh, go ahead.
No. You're in the bathroom.
I said it's the
Yeah, that's
safest
the
place in the
center
house
of the
where it's
Center
supposed
of
to
the
go.
house.
yeah,
He doesn't have a
center
basement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Makes sense.
There's
No
too much
windows.
clay.
Do you have a glass door in the bathroom?
Not that connects to the outside.
Okay, that'd be really
Yeah.
cool. Your neighbors would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Reno and his wife are showering. Get the porn music.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm sorry. So what were you going to say?
Oh, no. And then I'm getting ready to go on the road the 18th. I'll be with Larry the Cable Guy in Grant, Oklahoma, then Lake Charles, Louisiana, then Spartansburg, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, and Bristol, Tennessee.
All with Larry?
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be great.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun, dude.
And now, does he beat you in golf every time?
You know, I used to beat him like a drum, but the thing that sucks with rich people is his golf coaches that help him are like PGA players.
Oh.
And I go to Dwayne at Cedar Crest, you know? So it's like he's got some guy Hank Haney that helped Tiger Woods, you know, and my guy's spitting dip spit on my balls. So it's like,
Your golf
it's
balls,
just a
let's
different,
be clear.
my golf balls, yeah. I mean, we don't party like that in Murfreesboro, you know what I'm saying? But it's,
Alan Jackson wouldn't allow that.
that's right. Yeah. I love you, John. Only 5 people got that.
We both
I
love
love it.
Alan Jackson.
Oh, yeah. But they think we're talking about the singers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He beats me now. And I used to beat him like a drum. So I am, I'll tell you this and nobody else, but I'm really working on my swing and trying to get back up because I cannot have him beat me in everything in life. It'd be nice if I could beat him in something.
Yeah, maybe
As I
someday
fly around on his plane.
maybe something great will happen, and one day he'll open for you at a stadium.
You know, I used to dream about that, and I'm afraid at this point, by looking at my balding head in this, that I may have run out of time.
You think so? I don't think so.
For me to sell out a stadium?
Sure.
Yeah, unless I get one of those Disney operations where I can rifle a football 5,000 miles an hour. I don't think I'm there.
Okay, why are you?
My career peaked 10 years ago. I'm cool with it. I'm having fun.
I could tell. You never mention it. Yeah.
Now,
know what I mean?
maybe I can use one of these old phrases on you here.
Go ahead. What you got?
Got this nice letter from Billy Jr. He's kind enough to write. He goes, my father would always say, it's better to be seen than viewed. Implying that you're being viewed at a funeral rather than being seen. So, Reno, it's better to see you than have to be viewing you.
I love that. Thank you, buddy.
So it's nice to see you.
Did you ever
It's
hear
nice to see.
When is the viewing, by the way?
About 6 months.
Okay, just that.
Another one in our family was, you're going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Yeah.
I like this one. This is also from Billy. If I had a 50-50 chance, I'd be wrong 75% of the time.
Yes.
Is that
Proving his own point.
Yeah, it's a math joke. Okay. Reno, what do you got for us?
So I got a little country fried take this morning. Excuse me. So a tip is a sum of money given to someone as a reward for their services. Now, if I walk up to a counter, say what sandwich I want, someone just puts it on a tray, then I carry it all myself to the drink machine, fill up my drink, carry it to the table, eat it, and then clean up all my trash and chuck it in the receptacle. And you had the nerve, before I even got my food, to look at me and say, you can tap the gratuity button for 15, 20, or 25%. It's up to you. You have really put me in a tough spot. Now, other than throwing some stuff on bread, I'm actually doing all the work. You should reward me. You're wearing the hat and the name tag. There's a sign out in front with posters in the window. This is a publicly traded company. There are a lot of other people involved in this transaction, Brad. The only hang up is that the one thing you do is handle my food. And let me guess. Brad probably isn't all that pumped to be there today. He's got a bong and a PlayStation at his house, and every morning before coming into work, he has to decide which one of those he loves the most. And my money is on him staying home pulling tubes and playing Mortal Kombat. So the rush of thoughts at this time in my head are, is it worth $2 for him not to add those nose nuggets to my turkey, or to stand on my principles? And Brad acts like he doesn't look to see if I tipped, but he looks. They always look. You can tell by the look on his face, like, I'm about to stretch one piece of paper-thin turkey across this 12-inch bun and put enough mayo on it to change your cholesterol medicine. Then he says something like, sorry, brah, the toaster's busted, so I put it in the microwave. Oh, great. That's fantastic. There's nothing better than piping hot mayonnaise and lettuce on a wet bun. It's like eating out of the dishwasher. And if you just thank them without a tip, you get that half-cocked smile and a look on Brad's face like, it's all good. I'm just going to stare at you until you take that first bite into it. Nobody survives the floor cheese. So now you spend the rest of the day waiting for your stomach to blow out. I typically spend the afternoon driving around thinking about Brad. Oh, Brad wouldn't do anything weird like floor cheese. I mean, come on. It's Brad. Sure, he made some questionable decisions. He had that stretched out earlobe whole skin laying across his shoulder and bite me tattooed on his neck. But who of us haven't made mistakes? Then suddenly you hear your stomach. Blah, 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 blah. You start to sweat, but you're cold at the same time. Damn it, Brad. Now I've got amoebic dysentery and some kind of mesothelioma. My point is, it ruins not just lunch, but the whole day. Dirty people make great coffee, but not great sandwiches. Now, on the other hand, if you take my order, you're pleasant, you bring the food to the table, you fill the drinks and clean the table, it's reward time. Your pay depends on me, and you deserve to be rewarded. And the reward is handled after the job is completely done. Tipping before the service is completed defeats the entire concept. You ever pay a kid before he cuts your grass? Of course not, unless you're a grandma. And guess what, Brad? I ain't your damn grandma. We cannot survive in a society if people think they are owed rewards for doing things they're supposed to do. It's turned into a game of guilt and suckers, and I don't want to play anymore. Brad, you suck. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country fried take.
Wow.
Someone's going to be getting
Brad.
Someone's getting floor cheese.
I've had it with Brad, and I'm not going back.
All right. Thank you very much.